future of healthcare delivery. Gone are the days of sending loved ones outside the country for basic medical services. Innovarex Global Health offers a new peace of mind and takes pride in delivering the quality of care we all deserve.
Protective your security, your defense over all your creation throughout the whole wide world will always stand firm. And we continue to give ourselves undeservedly that you will direct our every action for the good and the benefit of all human beings throughout the whole wide world. And so we continue to commit the sittings of the TRRC today, and we pray for the witnesses that will come before the Commission. Grant them the boldness to be able to speak the truth. Grant the Commission the discerning spirit to discern between truth and falsehood. And we continue to beg of your mercy that you shall grant the population and the diaspora the patience to allow the due process to take its course. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop Badiko. Council, if we're ready with this morning's witness, we may please proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Good morning, all. May I ask that the witness be brought in, please?
Thank you.
I, Ebrima Jim Drammeh. My real name is Ebrima Drammeh. Jim is a nickname. I, Ebrima Drammeh. I, Ebrima Drammeh.
Do swear that.
Do swear that.
I will speak the truth.
I will speak the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but
the truth. And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Drammeh.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for agreeing to come to testify before the TRRC.
It is my pleasure, sir.
Mr. Drammeh, we would normally have interpretation in one of the local languages, and I have taken the liberty to suggest that we have interpretation in the Mandinka language. The interpretation is not necessarily for you, but it is to help some members of the audience who are sitting at home and watching the proceedings. But you'd be expected to also listen to the interpretation and assist in the interpretation in the event that the interpretation is mistaken in one way or another. But also you're expected to give your responses only after the interpretation. And that way, everything that is said would be captured. You also requested to allow at least a brief 3 seconds between your speech and that of the interpreter, so that the speeches would not overlap. Do you understand?
Understood, sir.
You have just taken an oath to speak the truth.
That's correct, sir.
It's a criminal offense in the laws of this country, and also under the TRRC Act to provide false testimony on the oath or false statement on the oath. Do you understand?
Understood, sir.
Council kamemvo wala mnyinti ko sedo ye kalota le tumala men ne kalota anu abi kalamutan le nyinna ko Gambia banko kanjang nyimulu atinyalti ye tumala men ne ye kalota bine la seda ndiro dila yikuma soto balogo mulu atinyalti anu TRRC fananjang ye tumala men ne kalota yikuma so fo me alon ko amansoto fana mulu atinyalti TRRC ya luwa koto akawale senendima.
All right. You have been adversely mentioned in a few instances. The first is your alleged participation in the torture of Farafenni attackers.
Siyo kono jang ito fura janne kuol to me alonko iko ida bulata ko kono ndo abe kono wolem boy kawo men kata Farafenni o sangola
when they were arrested
riye muda
following the attack on Farafenni barracks.
Birimbo in kawo keta Farafenni foka pare inatane marinyol muda.
And this would include Balo Kante, Mr. Drammeh,
and Abdul Kono, Balo Drammeh, and Mr. Drammeh, Balo Kante, and Mr. Drammeh, Kontoning, and Indo Kotamudu.
Yes, I can get you the full names later.
Nyato demanding be molbe to delay.
You also alleged to have participated
and tumiro kite kanko ifananda bulta ko nyin konole
in the torture of Lamin Kabu and crew.
Walam tajire ya men latat Lamin Kabu kangana do nyolu ko tumiro late kanko ida bulta ko nyin konole
when they were arrested for impeding an NIA operation.
Biring inata na NIA la do ko nyin inata ni dabula NIA do ko do kono inata ni muta.
I know that you have been tried, acquitted and discharged in that particular case.
Ngani faham le ko wo kiti yo nyin ye samba kiti bulad to ye kiti ndi bare luwa na ne bulale ngo faham le.
We are not necessarily sitting as in appeal of that high court decision. That is not our purpose.
Mantra sirinja nyin kamara ko kafo ko kiti yo nyin ka jube ka murunkan ka jube mantra o siyo to jam menketa high court banyu.
We are not trying to do that at all.
Mantra o kata ko fere kam pur ka oke.
That would not be within our remit. It would not be within our jurisdiction.
Modo mantra na do ko nyim fa onkoto.
What we are trying to do is to catalog or investigate the human rights violations that arose during that incident, regardless of the findings of the High Court on that issue.
Men siyo jam men kata kanka bonni nyoro wala nyindi ko hadama di nyanda tinyal men keta o watol kono hanu nyaawo kiti o nyin keta o ya ko nyin ko ja nyaawo bari mantra woto men jube ka jawlam kare hadama di nyanda tinyal men keta o watol la.
Apart from your adverse mention in the areas I have enumerated,
ninga bota fannal la men yalan ko yete tul fuje ko idabula ta ko nyin kono le.
The Commission would want to hear the information you have regarding tortures that took place at the NIA, especially along the margins of the investigations that were carried out by the panel in March 2006 following the foiled coup d'etat of Nurcha.
Commission belafla ya fa mo comme jang ya ite long do men soto tajire ya la men ya ko iketa je NIA je to andum abe kono wolem kabrin 2006 coup d'etat nyum fanan duru chamla coup d'etat bayri mo fanan nyi mi mol muta men la tawul fanan kan belafla ka fanan kacha.
Are you ready to proceed?
I'm very much ready.
Pareta la bam pour ngaten dambang.
Thank you very much. What are your full names?
Itoni kontodum.
My name's Ebrima Drammeh.
Ntumu Ebrima Drammeh leti.
Otherwise known as?
Dolielong tonya dilla.
Jim.
Dol kafunya Jim.
Date and place of birth?
Ila wulu sang lunjumalti ani wulu da mintole.
I was born on the 26th of August,
August
1965,
1965.
in a village called Kankuntu,
Ikafusata ume Kankuntu,
Fonyi Councillor District.
Fonyi Councillor Tundokan.
Give us a brief description of your biographical information.
Silang sutia ya sutia ndi dong ila kibaro afdinna bang ila kullata nyamen ila kibaro nyi.
Haven't gone through my nursery school. It happens, my father traveled to Sierra Leone. As you know, in those days there was this lot of Gambians floating all the way to Sierra Leone to look for diamonds. My father was among those ambitious Gambians that left the Gambia.
I hope he found many.
It was fortunate. I was, in the sense, Allah blessed him with a family. A very guided family for that matter. He guided them able to practice Islam accordingly.
Mr. Drammeh, I have told you earlier that we should put aside all these trappings of religiosity and just focus on the issues. You know, we cannot start invoking our various faiths, and you know that would be complicated.
Thank you, sir.
Let's keep it simple and stick to the
I haven't completed my nursery school.
Thank you.
I was enrolled in a primary school in Sierra Leone called Kwedu Islamic Primary School, where I went all to class 7. In those days, there was nothing like grade. It's like class 1 to class 7. Where I wrote to more common entrance examination. And I was able to gain entrance to a secondary school. In those days, there was nothing like high school, senior secondary school. It's either you couldn't make it, stay put, or if you cross the common entrance, proceed to a secondary school. It was as a result that I gained entrance, having passed the common entrance.
To which school?
Ansarul Islamic Secondary School.
Ansarul Islamic Secondary Karambu.
Where?
In Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone Bangkok.
Which part of Sierra Leone? Mr. Drammeh, Sierra Leone had the same system as the Gambia, and even at that time they had high schools. I went to Forabe College, fortunately, and just at the foot of the hill is Albert Academy. And Albert Academy was a high school. From the early 1900s.
In Sierra Leone,
Bangkok,
secondary schools
secondary Karambulu
is from Form 1
up to
Form 5. And then from some secondary schools,
secondary Karambulu BJ.
They have Form 6.
Form 6
with lower and upper.
Lower and upper.
But at the time I'm talking about, there was no school at the time that was mentioned high school.
Utumo karambunti je ka fumenna utumo ko high school.
After primary level, you have secondary schools.
Yebata primary tembo to do kata secondary karambungole.
Having
Both school, wasn't it a high school?
it was in the sense, but it was a secondary school.
As a flow wanya bari secondary karambungolo.
St. Edward's, wasn't it a high school?
St. Edward's, it was, but they were all called secondary schools.
So namu wale ti bari ka ibe kumandi secondary karambungole la utumo.
Let's not debate on that. Proceed, please.
Equally,
Anyonka anyama killing.
after spending 3 years,
Brina sanji sabake.
my father had to send me back to the Gambia.
Mfama yang murundi nang Gambia jang.
Amongst the siblings,
Bitung adungulu kono.
I was the first to be repatriated by him.
Ayen telefono murundi nang kankina Gambia.
When I arrived,
Bitung fudata jang.
I was enrolled
Yang dundi karamundoto.
into St. Augustine High School,
St. Augustine's High School.
where I finished my high school career.
Nana high school karamu kewole to fangabang.
There I wrote to the General Certificate Examination Ordinary Level.
Jelong na lundi kontibo ke kafumi GCE ordinary level.
Having completed my high school in St. Augustine's,
Nana karambumba bang St. Augustine's.
I think it will be interesting to note that the former SG Fadera and the current PS Interior were my classmates.
Namera asike mulye hamme kuti purka lonko Fadera meya ateni who is your passing? I remember permanent secretary ala sai ni bebe class kilo kono St.
Interior,
Augustine's.
permanent secretary,
member interior. Walem Asan Tangara ni bebe karambung kilo donu.
Having completed my high school,
Binana karambumba bang.
I enrolled into the Rural Development Institute,
Nkara ntende na karambumba to kaflami Rural Development Institute. Walem santo to iriba karambungo.
to read development strategies,
Brunata yirwa Kenya sarto lukaran.
where I acquired my national certificate,
Utofana na certificate soto je kafama national certificate.
which is a diploma,
Me yalon ko diploma makamo lem.
integrated rural development,
Walem santo to yirwa doko kunya ludunya.
specializing on sociology,
Adu nata lolo soto me yalon ko letinta hadamaya kunya ludoko la karola.
psychology,
Anin mo yalu la miro Kenya.
research methodology,
Anin kisiro silo lulanya.
project planning and management.
Anin doku yirwa doku lufere lando ninga maranya.
Having completed my course,
Brinana o karamabang.
I proceeded to seek for employment.
Ndata doku nyinimula.
It was at this time,
Otembole mu.
in those days in the Gambia,
Otilo lukono Gambia jang.
if you go beyond a high school,
Itambita karambumba high school.
if you acquire any other qualifications,
Ni lundi do fanon soto memu lundi santo bundati.
your papers will be forwarded to the Personnel Management Office.
Ike la kaito lusamba doku lalu be marabunda bale to kaflame PMO.
With my case,
Atela karola.
the institute I attended
Karanta karambumba mento.
was being run by the community development.
Jama irwandi bunda me kafa community development wolle be karambu tamandi kawotumo.
At that time,
Utembo.
which was under the Ministry for Local Governments and Land.
Anu tumo wobe minister bunda le koto memma tama sekundari nimbanku kenola.
So automatically,
Bitung atembeta nyinyama ko.
my employment was swift.
Yentela do ko ta tariyandi wole nyama.
Subsequently posted to Drammeh Koto.
Bitung natan samba katan samba jarume koto saate oto prunga do ko kije.
At Drammeh Koto,
Be jarume koto
I spent 4 months
na karnani kije.
and I discovered that
Nataje ko.
what I was doing,
Be men ke kang
actually I did not like it.
man la fala.
There was something that I thought I liked,
Kudo bije ngambira ko lefta wolela.
and I felt I had to do that.
Ndung nyindun tan kono ko woto nyanta wole kela.
At that time,
Otembo
I was employed with grade 6.
yenta tembo mento do ko bunda makamu nyen be grade 6 le.
I had all along, having read a lot of novels,
Bayre ngabu ko jama karang ni saferu bukolu.
I had the admiration for becoming an intelligence officer.
Nata nyin hammo soto pour ngake dokulati milna doko sitara dendi kullo kibaro lula karola.
It was as a result of that, in one of our gatherings with among my peer groups, I told someone, I said it's unfortunate that a country like the Gambia does not have an established intelligence organization.
You wanted
to be a spy. Exactly so. Very true indeed. He immediately condemned me. He said, no, there exists one. And it is called the National Security Service, NSS. So to me, it was a very big surprise. I said, where are they housed? He told me it is the president's office at State House. I didn't say anything. The following morning, I went straight to the State House. And I found the gendarmerie on good duties. I have been told already that the head is called Keba Sise. And I told them I want to see Keba Sise. I was asked whether I had an appointment with him. I answered in the negative. They said, then you cannot see him. I was too adamant, stubborn, insisted that I would like to see him. In the process, I was arrested. I was detained. I think also you can agree with me, my rights were violated. I was detained the whole day. In the evening, they released me. I went home. The following morning, I went back to the State House. I said, I want to see Keba Sise. And I was said, were you not the one who came here yesterday? I told them in the affirmative. They said, but why are you insisting? I want to see him personally. There's something I want to discuss with him. I was even arrested. I was detained until late in the evening. At the end of business, I was released. I went home. The third day I went back to State House. And this time around, when I greeted them, he said, sit down.
They told me to sit down.
Wait. Someone will come for you. I guess at that time, the message has been filtered down to Mr. Sise that there is someone who is persistently coming over here that he wants to see you. Few minutes later, someone came and picked me up and took me to Keba Sise's office. And he asked me, why do you want to see me? I told him, Mr. Sise, I heard about your organization. And I am very much interested. I showed him all my papers. And I told him I'm currently working. But I want to shift and join your organization. He told me, go home, put up an application, copy all your papers, bring it over to me. I did that. I later discovered Keba Sise was one of the first person to report to work at the president's office in those days. Well, you remember in those days we have these buses that trod between Apply, Banjul, Serekunda. I was among the first passengers that boarded the bus that day.
Ntebe mo folol le kono minu bulata boso kono wulum.
In as much as Keba Sise goes to work early,
Keba Sise fanan kata do ko la nya
juna standing at the gate of the State House.
Wolunga entitara lori in State House.
When he saw me, he started laughing.
Brian ya jeleta.
He put me on board his vehicle.
Ay mbulandi ala moto kono.
Drove to his office.
Datala office.
I showed him all my papers.
Nanna kayto litandi ala.
Called someone
ay mo kumandi
and asked them to file those.
He gave
me contact numbers.
So
you can be calling that every fortnight.
Inquire
about your application. So months later, whilst in the village, my younger brother came and told me that you are needed for an interview.
Akonye sulatela depureta interview kachani njabiri kumo do bemo
at the NSS headquarters.
NSS la korda bato.
It was late at almost around.
Can we summarize that?
Yeah, I gained employment. So, subsequently, I was enrolled. I was taken for training. Also, during my training, I won all the prizes. Everything, academics, weapons, self-defense. Only one prize I didn't win. That was the most disciplined recruit. Manjako already very, very disciplined. She was very disciplined. He won that prize. Other than that,
you were too stubborn.
No, well, directly or indirectly, witting or unwittingly. But I grabbed all the prizes. I was then posted to the counter-espionage unit upon completion of my training.
Kullo sumulu fanalu menukalo wul fanali nyato ke no masata yente samba wala bundato.
I served under my commanding officer, which was the commandant of the training school at the time, Mr. Pate Jao.
Mr. Pate Jao.
Having served under him for some time, taking cognizance of my agility, and I was able to make use of weapons, coupled with my expertise in self-defense, there was the need for an incorporation of intelligence officer into the Close Protection Corps. I was redeployed to the presidential guards. The first president of the republic,
President follow,
the late Sadauda,
Tala Sadauda,
and his immediate family, I have protected them nationally and internationally. Council, I set up a record because things that I did there, which I think, I know is off record. Let's proceed, sir. Having served there, the night before, the day before the 1994 coup, from the intelligence collection, we believe that coup should have taken place on the 21st upon arrival. Thank Allah it did not take place there. Because I was in the Close Protection Corps that received His Excellency when he was from holidays. Because I thought if it had taken place at the airport, as planned, we would not have survived it.
You will not survive it, or
I would not have survived that. Yeah. While His Excellency was taking the guard of honor, I was the bodyguard between him and the soldiers. So there is no way you can touch him without touching me.
Mr.
Drammeh, we understand there was no guard of honor. There was. Well, I recall most of the testimony we received suggested that there was no guard of honor. There was a guard of honor, sir. Just a moment. What happened was, okay, Jawara arrived. He greeted a few people, and straight away he was whisked into his vehicle. There is no dispute that you were there. There is no dispute that you were doing your duties. And obviously, if there was to be any fighting, you would have been caught in between. But the evidence we received is that there was no guard of honor. But this is an immaterial point. It's immaterial, but counsel, there was a guard of honor, and Edward Singate was the guard commander. Well, Edward Singate did not suggest that there was a guard of honor. There was. My recollection is right. But let's move on, and then we take it from there. The record has noted that you suggested there was a guard of honor. There was. Proceed, please. We arrived at the State House. Upon him being housed, we dispersed. On that very day even, I was not supposed to be on duties. For whatever reason, I was called to go to beef up the Close Protection Corps. That was fine. The following morning, the coup took place, and everything changed. And subsequently, the NSS was disbanded. It was disbanded and named the National Intelligence Agency.
Yeah, NSS Janjang iko National Intelligence Agency.
A new agency was created. Very true, sir. And you joined that new agency. I was sent back to my parent body, which was the Intelligence Corps.
Murundi na doku bunda kafokono memu kullo fanung bundati.
And you rose through the ranks. I rose through the ranks. Before we get to that, there is no department at the NIA that I have not manned, with the exception of the mechanical division and the technical division.
For machine doko be karo menna aning metal doko be karo menna mawul drone mara.
Just briefly enumerate them. That's right, sir. From 1994, I was, after being a close protection officer, 94 to 96, I was second in command at the counter-espionage unit. Also a trainer at the training school. From 1996 to 97, I was section head of the economic sabotage at the National Economic Sabotage and Agricultural Intelligence. From 1997 to 98, I was again redeployed as the head of the counter-espionage unit. Counter-espionage unit again in 1998, I was appointed to become a task force member of the National Security Council. On its creation for the first time in the country, I was representing the National Intelligence Agency to formulate that security programs. and to prepare guidelines countrywide.
Anin ka tarambulolu ni kuolu fanalu parendi banko karobe la nyanta do ko kala menti na lotan kamulu.
From 1998 to 1999,
Abu 1998 kata 1999
I was head of investigation.
kata nyaton kata kisi ro bundala.
I did here 1 year,
Na sanji kilinkije
1991 to 2001.
1991 kata 2001
I was the officer commanding operations
ntelam officer ti meye do ko lu sambanya nyaton kaya.
and commandant of the training school.
Nata ke kunton koti karambugo nyinto ka do kulalu karandi dami.
From 2001 to 2003,
2001 kata for 2003
I was sent again to the investigation department.
murundi kisi ro bundala koteke.
From 2003,
About 2003
I briefly served at Bundung as their commanding officer,
no wati sutun ke bundu ntele ketela nyaton koti je.
responsible for the Kanifing municipality.
Me ya lon ko kanu fin tundu ntele marta jela.
In 2003 to 2004,
2003 kata 2004
I served as a military observer
nketa cross-reality sojaro la ko sambanya la karola.
the United Nations mission in Ethiopia and Eritrea.
United Nations la doko la karola Ethiopia and Eritrea la karola.
It will be prudent to note that
Abekela ni ku keneti purka ni lonko
whilst in Eritrea,
me Eritrea tu moment
I found a father figure, a Gambian,
ngamo jije ngaje aketa ko mfama me mu Gambian kati
Mr. Gomez.
ka fa Mr. Gomez.
He once told me
Anene nyimfonye
that the chairman TRRC, Mr. Cisse,
ko chairman member na TRRC jang Mr. Cisse,
then secretary to the Secretary General of the United Nations, Kofi Annan,
utuma telem secretary to United Nations la kunton kabala karola ikafome Kofi Annan
that the gentleman works 26 hours a day.
Mario ka tibato muang ani worole do kuti lokono.
So that was a tombo. We admired your courage, sir.
Betu dalilo mkuti me ya lonko ijiko ni Kenya yembenya bo.
And when you came to the Gambia with the then Secretary General,
Birina ta Gambia jang ni wo Secretary General.
I had some rapport with you.
Ni dia modoke.
Maybe you may not recall.
Mandola seke inyinata.
He used to borrow the 2 hours from Anna. March 2004,
March 2004,
I was the officer commanding investigation again.
kote kentele kata nyaton kote kisikisiro la karola.
From April 2004 to 2006,
Abo April 2004 for 2006,
I was appointed a director
yenke director
responsible for political affairs,
memmanata politiko lulanya ni natanyala.
economic sabotage,
Fanko fanan tinyaru bunda la krosiro,
agricultural intelligence,
aning seno londi kulloringo men dinkata,
and religious fundamentalism.
aning la natambila ludino la karola.
And in October 2006,
October 2006,
I was appointed
yentombong,
as Director of Operations.
yenke nyaton koti du ko sambola karola du ko lulanya.
June 2008,
June 2008,
I was appointed
yentombong koteke,
Director for Internal Security.
yenke director ti puru konoto du ko bunda konoto la tankada.
And Operations.
Anina du ko sambanya.
That was the first time
Ulem sinya followti.
these two portfolios, Internal Security and Operations,
Nyin karafulolu bang konoto tanko anindu kolu sambanya
were merged.
ye kafunyoma.
And I was privileged the first person to serve in that portfolio.
Adun teleketa mo fuloti akitanye bunyati katara umakamo to tembo.
2009,
2009
I was dismissed from the National Intelligence Agency.
yembai NIA do kuala.
For this reason best known to the authorities.
Many yembai telephone le adalilo long.
Up to today, I don't know why I was dismissed.
Fokata bula bila malo yembai menna.
3 years ago,
Sanji saba komando.
I bumped into somebody.
Nimmo benta.
He told me
Ayim fonye.
I was the cause for his dismissal.
Ntele ya sabu foya ate fanambai.
He sat 7 years without working.
Sita sanyi wala amandu kuoke.
I said, what are you saying?
Nkae kamunefo.
He said,
Ako.
he was asked to make a statement against me
Ako katu yenyine fae prae kumakango dada ayofo me yalon ka ba wulila ntele kama.
when I was already dismissed.
Adu wato yende baile foka parede.
They were looking for a way to take me to court.
Ibe silo ni mfero le jube kang ibe nte sambala nyamin kito nyati limula.
And he refused.
Abalanda.
That resulted to his dismissal.
Udalilo le yasabu alaw balango ya kendi ya bayi.
Who was that person? Omar Cham.
Ako Omar Cham le umoti.
Which Omar Cham? Omar Cham currently serving with the SIS.
Omar Cham me ya non ko nyintembe ngabe ko la SIS.
The reason behind that,
dalilo membe okoma,
Omar Cham was our liaison officer at NAWEC.
Omar Cham le mun na kolu chokindangoti NAWEC.
Omar Cham reported a matter to me.
Omar Cham ye kule kibaro fonte
that some NAWEC employees were suspected of siphoning gas well.
Ko NAWEC la do kulalu dolle sotonta isobita ko ika NAWEC la gas oil le sunya.
A generator which was G8
generator me alonko menka kumasin kuram masin obe ka fa
was newly installed.
Me alonko ya pose kuta ke
they found spillage beneath the engine.
Ya tara esanso be bondinga koto. Gas oil be bondinga koto.
And the suspicion was
and we sobita nyine la ko
that probably
aseke
fuel was being stolen.
Ika gas oil sunya jalme.
Those who were on duties that night
wo suto menu be do ko la nu
were asked to report to the NIA
ko ni danko NIA
to make statements.
Pour na kuma kangulu fo.
I informed the Deputy Director General. But the Deputy Director General forgot to inform the Director General, Numo Kujabi.
Bari ndanga kibaro fo meye men simbe kunton ko kan anyinata amo kibaro simbi kunton ko man Numo Kujabi.
When these NAWEC workers came, we probed into the activities. We discovered that on the whole it was nothing like fuel being stolen.
It was oil leaking.
Leaking, exactly. And as a result, before 1600 hours, we were released on self-bail. It happened among those that were brought in. Amongst them, one was an in-law to Numo. He was not happy about that. He summoned me to his office, accosted me alongside with the Deputy Director General. He said,
I cannot be there. Things happening here which I'm not aware of.
I said, but sir, what happened?
He narrated
that NAWEC saga.
I
said, sir, if that is the case, I don't think I should be here. The reporting line is pyramidal.
What? I beg your pardon?
The reporting line is pyramidal. There is a Deputy Director General between me and you. He has been adequately briefed. And he should brief you. Not me. But you can see, Numo was not happy at all. He was very mad at us. But actually I told her I have not done any wrong.
How do you know why the NIA would want to fabricate evidence against you for your prosecution?
I
have my suspicion. I might be wrong. It would have been the information given to the executive about me, those resulting to my dismissal, is what they want to justify.
And who would do that?
I think Numo.
Was this normal in the NIA?
Say again?
Was this normal in the NIA?
I wouldn't say so, sir. That I wouldn't say so.
But you've worked at the NIA extensively. In fact, from inception. Correct?
Very true, sir.
Tonya.
You did not only work in every department except mechanical.
mechanical department.
You in fact headed every single one of them.
Very true, sir.
Tonya.
That makes you one exceptional person amongst the many exceptional persons in the NIA.
That's correct, sir.
With great knowledge about the workings of the institution.
Correct, sir.
Fabrication of evidence. To do people in was a common feature in the work of the NIA. True or false?
It could be.
Mr. Drammeh, you're giving me hypotheticals. It could be.
Yes,
the
sir.
truth of the matter is that used to happen very frequently at the NIA. This is a tangential point, but it's a very important one. And I would want you to answer directly. Not just from the point of view that you may have been a victim of that. But the fact that this was a modus operandi of the NIA, this was part of one of the tools they use in their work. Fabrication of evidence against people. True or false?
Not during our time, sir.
After the break, I'll bring you evidence. Even Drammeh himself wrote memos lamenting, criticizing the NIA for fabricating evidence. You want to sit here and deny that that was not one of the methods of the working of the NIA?
I wouldn't want to deny what you say, but I wouldn't say something that I do not have evidence on.
Mr. Drammeh.
Mr. Drammeh.
Don't try to dwarf the level of knowledge you have about the inner workings of the NIA. You are one of the longest serving members of that institution. You have pretty much headed every single department. Suggests that you don't know that these things were happening? Would be simply unbelievable.
Counsel.
But you know, Mr. Drammeh, that these things used to happen at the NIA.
Not at
fabrication of evidence.
Not our time. And then I will not be aware. Counsel, you see, birds of the same feathers flock together.
And indeed, you did flock together with them for 20-something years.
We were not in the same boat.
So you only sailed in the same waters?
We in the same water, but I was as just, I would not entertain it even.
The thing is, Mr. Drammeh, there is no suggestion that you have done wrong. There is no suggestion that you fabricated evidence in a particular case. Okay? So, is that clear?
Very clear.
The proposition to you is that the NIA as an institution used to fabricate evidence against people. One example is the so-called fabrication of evidence against you.
follow men misale follow men wala min diko ye kuma kan men ta ya le kam yalon ko manke toñati.
Do you deny that?
Fo balanta wala bang.
I wouldn't deny it. But that was when we are gone. But we are tultata.
Or you think it's only started then?
I wouldn't know.
Let us proceed.
Okay.
You definitely know a lot about the NIA. You definitely do. Even if you deny it, it's palpably obvious. That you do. You could not have headed all those sections or divisions of the NIA without having institutional memory.
I agree with you.
Thank you. So
the memory that I have.
Let's just move on. You were informed by Omar Cham that the reason for his sacking was because he's refused to fabricate evidence against you.
Dalilo me ya sabu ko Umar Cham ba wala mindi ko yi kay kuma kan ne safe me alon ko kuma kan nyim betele mala pour itela ko ya bay wala la.
That is all interesting. We are not investigating rights violations arising from unfair dismissals or terminations. So we would skip that. But now let's talk about 1996. The Farafenni attack. What happened? How did you come to get the information and what happened?
That fateful Friday morning, I left my home for work. Whilst waiting for a transport vehicle to Banjul, then I used to live around Tabokoto, Piccadilly area. Very lucky, I had a lift. And the gentleman giving me lift happens to be the Director General of the NIA at the time, Sambaba. We drove to Banjul. Whilst I was disembarking, I can see his face was very worried. For him being too professional, he did not say anything to me. And he even guided his conversation throughout to Banjul. When I reported to my office, I was told there is an attack at Farafenni barracks. I said, what? I ran straight to the Director General's office. I told him, sir, on the whole, this is what is happening. He told me that you are the last to know. But there is a military language. Supposed to go last to know. So now that I'm aware, I told him, sir, we only have one liaison officer in Farafenni at the time. That happens to be Pa Ebrima Fai. In bracket Pa Fai. I said we need to reinforce him. And I'm prepared to head the reinforcement team in my capacity as the head of the counter-espionage unit.
taking cognizance with my experience and expertise on weapons and other military training.
Nyin kanko ngalondi sahari soto kabirin jorangol la karola fukulu lanyo la karola anin karango la karola.
And I further inquired
nata nyin fanan nyinin ka long
about the nature of the attack.
boy kandiro nyin fango keta nyame.
What we were able to get from Parfai
Na men soto no Parfai bulu kibaro to
was that
wala mnyindiko
the people that attacked the camp
men ya kampo boy kang
looks like mercenaries.
ibele ko molu men ya lon ko ke joke lole kang.
From what was gathered,
Par kibaro men kensulta
they speak Arabic.
ika Arab kangole fo.
They might have had Libyan connections.
Asikeno enil Libya e chokinyolo soto.
And that
Andu wakang
he was able to tell us the number of rifles at the armory in Farafenye Barracks.
afanyen kilo nanga molu membe ila kidibungo kono Farafenye.
Mr. Witness, just to gain time, can you spare us the technical details and we just go to the basic facts? You deployed to Farafenye, didn't you?
I deployed and joined the military reinforcement team to Farafenye.
Yen sambang kafuta molu mo menu tata Farafenye.
Who headed that operation?
That was Peter Singate.
Wala Peter Singate le anyatu.
But my officer commanding on that mission
Bari memu ntela onyato nkoti wokoto
was Joseph Mendy,
ikafaine Joseph Mendy.
who was my immediate senior.
Ntesimbe ole kang.
Myself and the driver,
Ntekumoni moto sambala nyendrai.
Landin Damfa.
Ikafaye landindamfa.
Nuru Seka
Nuru Seka
later joined us on that very day.
wokola longa teo tilikilingo fanana takafumaje.
So what happened when you arrived in Farafenye?
Munekeda biringal furata Farafenye sadoto.
Prior to our arrival,
Ya nimbe futala.
we decided to move in tactical way, sir.
Nganyinga ni yota puru nimbitala nimfere pareri mo etaje.
There was a distance of 100 meters at least between vehicles.
Motolu damangulu tema bitani fo meter keme.
Anytime we move a short distance,
Nina wati sutumbori
we will stop and start to gather overt information from the people.
nsilo na kibaro nyininka molu bulu.
It was a short one of those stoppage
Wololu kololo kilin sotonta
very close to Baobalong crossing.
meya lonka katata bao bolong te dulala.
Anytime we stop,
Nilota wati o wati.
the troop does not stay in their vehicle.
Moto ite molu bukatu motolu kono
They
de.
will flank and take covers within the bushes,
Ika jimoto kono le dendenya molu kono.
taking cognizance of the element of surprise.
Katu nka parenyele kama mo kana iterendi.
Like I said, let's avoid the technical aspects of the operations. It is quite obvious you moved in tactical formation, anticipating coming across or coming into contact with the enemy. Isn't that what happened?
Very true, sir.
Wala mutu nyati.
At what point did you come into contact with the enemy, if at all?
Aninja ulu senta nyola mintole natara niye nyoje.
It was even at that place, Baobalong.
Aketa bao bolone.
And what happened?
Munaketa je.
When we moved a bit further,
Birin tata nyato domanding.
we found a gelegele
Na gelegele moto taraje.
with almost all the rifles of Farafenye armor in that gelegele.
Para fenye kilo lumelu be bije nge be tara o gelegele kono.
Then the suspicion arose
Bitun na sobo ulita jele.
that this vehicle must have been used by them.
Woto nyi moto wo balana lumene para fenye boyin kan itele nyi moto sam.
We took control of the vehicle.
Na moto muta.
The then CDS Lieutenant General Baji
Utumo membe sojar kunton kayala Lieutenant General
and his
Baji.
team had to flank to search the entire environment.
Anala mulu janjanta puruka dinkira nyimbe kisi.
We reoccurred later,
Bitu nyato domanding.
and Peter said,
Bitako.
can we hold on until dusk
Nse batu no hanu fo fitiri wato.
and put a counter attack on the camp?
Na kampo nyimfanalunga na boyin kandiro ke kampo.
Hence we have not got any accurate information.
Wairi mankibar senen soto follow kuolu beje nyame.
And I intervened.
Bitu nte nata ndabula je.
I said, sir,
Nkae sa.
based on the intelligence we have collected,
Bitu ntele nga kullo membe kafunyo makibaro luto.
these people have moved out from the camp.
Nilifindita kampo konole.
And let us not wait for nightfall,
Nkanamba tufodi boye dun.
so that no one could take us by surprise.
Umo kana nterende kaboyin kang.
So let's go and assault the camp. If there's anything, we assault. Direct assault. Let's do that. We had a slight argument. I said, Drammeh, you are not a soldier. I said, sir, intelligence is the first defense in any uprising.
Interesting, all that. But like I said,
I will hasten it soon.
Yes, we don't want to deal in tactical issues of the military and things like that. So let's just get into the facts that are relevant to the inquiry. That is the capture of the attackers and things like that.
We spent the night at Farafenye. The following morning, we spread our network, and I was fortunate to come across an information. Some villagers came to lodge a complaint that they have seen an unknown person that does not dwell among them, nor could they recognize him from the neighborhood or the surrounding villages. His appearance is very dirty and very shabby. They are suspecting that he is among one of the attackers, because he was carrying a weapon. I immediately informed my superior officer, and we were able to communicate to all our bases and ask them for standby. As we were about to move, I came across a pickup who was in the hands of the soldiers, and the soldiers in that pickup was the driver called Balajo. You have a gentleman, Popul Omar Ndur, is of late. And currently, Dam Job. And I stopped them and asked them, the weapons that you are carrying and then the ammunition in your possession, would it hold an enemy fire for 1 hour? Omar responded in the affirmative that if they do not go on fire on automatic, it's possible. When I asked that question,
again, Mr. Witness, let's not.
We arrived at the scene, and then they took cover. I decided to enter the building where this person was hiding. And I told them, we are told that he's armed. In the event you hear a shot, it means he has shot me. Then open fire on that building. Omar Ndur said, then let's go together. I entered before him and met a gentleman sitting on a bed. When he looked at me, he decided to go for his weapon. I sprung on him. I was
demonstrated agility.
I was able to control him. Omar was able to push the weapon and get control of the weapon as well.
All the self-defense training came into play.
Very well indeed.
You captured the enemy.
Nuru came, assisted us. very instrumental.
Aketa kunyimati kukende.
After Nuruseka, after he's an NI officer,
Nuruseka temu NIA dukulali.
having subdued the gentleman,
Biringa kembingi mutafunga control.
he was able to hold him for me until I'm able to cuff him.
Ate ya mutanye ne hanfo nga cheno bula bulola handcuff.
Or at the back.
In the house, we cuffed him in the house. You know, when we got to bring him into
Hands cuffed behind his back or
behind the back, sir.
Nga bulolu cuff akomale.
I know I violated something,
Ngalo na ngatinyaro kele.
but that was a worse situation,
What did
sir.
you violate?
Sir?
What did you violate?
Because I made to understand, even if you cuff someone very tight, even you are violating his right.
Kaduna nyimfamu koniwe kofo ke mu bulola cheno na dete jawta ofomu yala nyanto tinyaga.
How did you subdue him?
Sir, with the hand, you can manipulate with the hand. Is that the person has to accept being handcuffed or not, his hand breaks.
Kufula la mamari eso ye cheno bula bulola ka handcuff wala buloe kati.
Proceed, please.
We put him in the pickup,
Na bula mutu okono.
arrive at Farafenni camp.
Dada farafenye sojar
The
ko.
moment we disembark,
Bringi kama to okono drone.
the entire camp shouted,
Kampo be wurita.
I tell him, I tell him, I tell him, I tell him.
That's the man, that's him, that's him, that's him.
I said, I tell him, Muneketa.
I said to them, that's him. What has happened?
I was told, they said,
I was told, they said, Italian Memfo.
he was responsible for most of the killings that occurred at the camp. Someone shouted amongst the soldiers,
saying that this man beheaded Mr. So-and-so. He slaughtered Mr. So-and-so.
Was anybody beheaded?
he was caught to just slaughtered like
He
a
was
sheep.
slaughtered. He was slaughtered.
Was somebody slaughtered?
Yes, sir. And also, it was realized, other than the sentry, guard commander Sidibe was the only one with weapon at the time. So he was the one exchanging fires with them.
But the Farafenni attackers did not attack Farafenni with any weapons. They recovered weapons from
True, sir.
from the center.
Yes, sir. That's true.
Proceed, please.
And they said, that same gentleman was the one who killed Sidibe. When Sidibe ran out of ammunition.
That too is hearsay and it's unverifiable. But it's important that we just we are capturing it in the way it should be. Proceed, please.
And they said, when you arrive at Sidibe, I had Junjunne, I mark it like he shot him once, I had Junjunne.
He shot him continuously.
You see you know, like they say in Sierra Leone, then say. No take man to prison. So it's all hearsay. The description we had of the Farafenni attack is such that all those soldiers could not have seen what they said. Because during the attack, most of them ran away, they scampered into the bush. And having scampered into the bush, they did not see all these things that were happening. But the important thing for us is, it's not in dispute that these guys attacked Farafenni. It's not in dispute that they killed our soldiers, most of whom were not armed. It is also not in dispute that they went away with the contents of the armory. Right. So you captured this guy, you went to Farafenni barracks, you received some information about the attack. Now take it from there.
We said if anyone touch him, you will have to do the explanation that he's supposed to do. My commanding officer communicated to Banjul, and the instruction was to take him to Banjul forthwith. He asked me to escort him. In the process, it will require a backup. And we got the backup from the military. We drove all the way to Banjul. We arrived in Banjul almost after Isha prayers. I was met by the Director General Sambaba, very happy.
At this time,
yes, sir.
Was he the only person at the NIA premises?
I realized a panel of investigators of the agency were already doing their work.
What work was that?
Haven't received other suspects.
And what was that work?
To investigate those people that were in their custody.
They were interrogating suspects that were arrested.
Counsel, I was not there, but I knew that was the purpose of why they were gathered there. Because I did not come across them interrogating. I did not when I hand him over. Because the DG called Mr. Barry. DG, Mr. Barry Kumandi.
Which Mr. Barry?
For the Barry. To receive. I think he dispatched somebody. But frankly, I cannot recall who actually received it from me. But I know he was a staff of the agency. Then I was summoned to go to the office of the Director General. Why I went there, when we were leaving, we had no logistics. No feeding, no nothing.
Mr. Witness, you are aware that those who were arrested were being questioned.
Of course that I know, sir.
And in that process they were being beaten.
I did not even enter into that place. I was just coming from Farafenye, very tired, sleepless, because a night before that we patrolled the whole night. When I hand him over, and that person happens to be Yaya Drammeh, I was summoned into the office of the Director General. He gave us our operational funds. And I signed for everything. And I took off with the driver home.
The evidence we received, those people were tortured. And you were present there and participated. What do you say to that?
Grossly false, sir.
The information, the evidence came from no less than the acting or the de facto Deputy Director General of the NIA at the time. He's lying?
He's lying, sir. I am sure right now as I'm testifying, if he listens to me, he would have remembered.
Are you suggesting that he may have forgotten, or are you suggesting that he lied?
Let me be so disciplined with that. Maybe he forgot. Notwithstanding, he was my superior officer.
Why would you think put you there
He was not that operational person.
He did not claim to have been operational. He said he headed admin and finance. And he said he was going there now and again to see what was going on. And he was able to place you there. Amongst other people.
I think if I heard him well, he wasn't even sure of my presence. This is why I left with a team.
Well, he included your name.
Sir, it is not true.
He included Salmina Drammeh. He also included you. If he had just mentioned a Drammeh, not being sure which one, then you could say that. But he mentioned Jim Drammeh.
Sir, it's totally false.
Mr. Drammeh, is it just possible that you actually went in there and handed over? You handed over this, was it Yankuba Drammeh?
Yaya
Drammeh, who was apprehended.
I was even met at the veranda, not inside the office.
Wasn't it at the door instead of the veranda?
Sir?
Wasn't it at the door? The entrance to the
investigation. In fact, then the manner in which the construction was, if you enter the door, there's a veranda and there's a door. There's a wall, you will not see nothing. You will need to curve on your right, get to offices. Likewise on your left.
The entrance to the hall.
Investigation department. It was not the hall even.
Yes, but you went up to that entrance.
Not inside, but to the entrance, where I hand them over in cuff.
But you peeped inside to see what was going on?
No, sir. It will be interesting to note, when Balo was testifying, I asked, Jumalem Nyinti? Who is this? Let me learn, sir. Stop my this farafenya attack. These are the people who attacked the Farafenya Barracks. Other than Yaya Drammeh Kola, I have never set eyes on any of them. I was in a reinforcement team that went to Farafenye. When we escorted Yaya Drammeh to the NI headquarters, and I was given my operational phone that night, alongside with that of the team that were at Farafenye, I went home straight and slept.
All that could have happened. No dispute about that. It is also possible that you could have entered that building or that room where the interrogations were taking place.
I did not enter, sir.
You deny the allegation.
Very well.
This investigation is not closed. More information about this could emerge. If that happens to be the case, and it's relevant to you, you'd be informed and you would respond. All right. But the important thing is to be as honest as possible. Because if a person who lies to the commission would not be entitled to amnesty. So I just want to flag that so that it could guide how you testify. The ultimate objective here is to bring out the truth. So we all reconcile later as one family, and we forgive those who are forgivable. And then we move on and focus on national development. Your evidence, your testimony is that you did not participate or even you are not present in the torture of this Farafenya time.
That is correct, sir.
That is your testimony.
This is so. I cannot be in Farafenya and be in Banjul at the same time. Let me learn, sir.
Mr. Witness, no, hold a second. Don't confound the issues. Don't conflate them. Don't confuse the issues. There is no suggestion that you were in Banjul when you were in Farafenya. The suggestion is at one point you were in Banjul. You agreed that at one point you were in Banjul. Exactly. It is also suggested that at one point while you were in Banjul, you were at the NIA premises.
True, sir.
It's also suggested that during that period, you entered the building where the investigations were taking place. You agreed with that?
I did not enter the building.
You entered the building. Your claim is you did not enter the room. The room where the interrogations were taking place. You see, in our languages, maybe we don't have the word for room as opposed to the house. Well, in one of these says, why do go to cabinet? All right. You did not enter the room. I think that is the point of contention. You said you stopped just by the veranda facing the door.
The veranda is an open space. It's not even part of the building. There is a step. We stopped. He was under. In fact, there were chairs. I gave him to a person, and then I answered to the Director General.
What is surprising in this whole thing is that you've just participated in a very important operation. True?
Very true.
Arrests were made.
Very true, sir.
You have carried out an arrest. You have brought in the person arrested. Correct?
Very true, sir.
Protocol would require that when you hand over the person, you debrief the people you're handing him over to. The rules would require that you debrief that person. Here is this person, he is arrested at this particular place, at this time. This is where you found him, this is how you found him, this is what you found him with. Wasn't that to be expected?
That is what is expected, and it was done. the Director General, because I was asked to report and take him to the DG.
But
Director General,
you don't debrief the Director General because the Director General is not the person handling the witness. First of all, you would have to brief the person handling the witness, and later you debrief the Director General about the general operation.
Director korda tiyo nyingi manke mwoti meyano kwa nyena tala kumuli sandala wole menketa alda mutari dulato. Ibadi la menna inyena kumunyi satala wole ni bota wora isana da director fana yafu dandama.
That is required as a matter of procedure, isn't it?
Ko sartol ta mandiri bulul ya landi wole nyama.
My orders were,
Just answer the question first before you go to your orders. That was required as a matter of procedure.
that is correct.
Did you do that?
We didn't do that. I had an instruction.
Mr. The other thing is, you participated in this important operation. People were apprehended. You brought this person. You went up to the door of where these investigations were happening. You did not enter to see what was there, what was going on, who was apprehended. Isn't that strange?
There is a reason to that.
Let me just finish. The last point is, you are to be deployed again to Farafenye. The information that was already available at headquarters was needed to enrich your knowledge for when you go back to Farafenye. Isn't that true?
It was in the negative.
No. The question is, the information that was already gathered was necessary, was needed to enrich your knowledge for your redeployment back to Farafenye.
It's supposed to, but I think that could have been done, reporting that to my commanding officer.
But here you are. The information is right there. Those arrested are right there. You did not debrief those who were conducting the investigation. You did not enter the room to even see what was going on. You did not even take the information that was available, which was needed to help you go back to Farafenye. You did not even satisfy the basic human curiosity to just say, oh, who's the person arrested? All this is strange, isn't it?
Can I explain now, sir?
Answer the question. All this is strange. Just answer the question.
According to you, it's strange, sir.
According to the reasonable man, according to Mr. Drammeh.
Trust me, sir, it's not strange. The discipline that I worked for at the time was based on the principle of compartmentalization. They need to know, they need to see, they need to take, and they need to retain.
But let me ask you this question. So, you had a need to know. Answer yes or no. You had a need to know.
I need to know, but it was transmitted through a superior officer, not me.
Let's answer the questions directly.
I need to know.
You needed to know.
Yes, sir.
You did not go and find out. And you were there. It was in your cusp. You were there. You could see it. It's right there. Okay. You also needed to retain. But you did not even take to retain. So it is all these things that you have said which suggested that you would have, or ought to have, entered that place, hand over this person, explain to them all the things that you know about what happened with Yaya Drammeh before you left to go
This time around, it was not so. My orders were, take Yaya Jammeh to Banjul, hand him over, instruction from my commanding officer, which I did. And then if they were going to communicate anything, they would communicate to him and not to me, sir. He was the one who told me,
take him to Banjul.
So with me, my role was escort Yaya Drammeh to Banjul.
Why didn't you stop at the ferry?
Which ferry, sir? At the Banjul terminal.
You would have arrived in Banjul.
Well, my instruction was to take him to headquarters.
You could have stopped at the gate.
I have to hand him over.
You could have stopped at the gate.
That would be an incomplete mission. And I was given
that is precisely the reason why you took him to Invest and handed him over to them at Invest. But you told us you did not go to Invest.
The building is in the Invest building. It's not inside the building. We did it at the door. Everything, there are chairs. I did not enter the office. I did not get in there. I did not have any discussion. Neither did I take any brief from them. Drammeh, go hand him over. I did so. I hand over. They said, Idanku Dijila.
When I took him, bring us somebody, Mfutata Bunda to Sirangulu Bije, Ikonadi, Menulanga, Chikanadu, Bulokono, Ntela Kulu Dantajele, but bring Obeke Fongambandi, who not only Konyenko, Te Danku Dijila, where in Tenyanta Menkelano, Timandi.
It therefore means that when you arrived, the DG was not within that vicinity.
DG was standing at the main entrance heading to his office.
DG Belorim Bunda Baleto Meya Lonko Silole Tata Tela office.
You did not have a conversation with him.
I complimented, I said, sir, Mr. Mendiko Nganinati.
I greeted him, I complimented him, Mr. Mendiko Nganinati.
And what did he tell you?
Samba investigation.
Samba investigation.
At the time, who was around you?
My military escort.
So he left? DG left?
He went to his office.
Office.
You also left?
I proceeded to the investigation department, hand him over there.
While Fodebari and others were inside dealing with another suspect who was arrested. So you went in there to deliver this person.
I did not enter there. I stopped at the door and hand him over to the person I was asked to hand him over to.
But how it would mean that this person sitting in there would have to have telepathy. That here is Mr. Jim Drammeh coming or arriving with Yaya Drammeh. So let me go and receive him.
Mr. Drammeh, Jim Drammeh fela ni Yaya Drammeh kana. Or mbarunga nga bendu nga ngani mari muta bulu.
The manner of transmission, my officer commanding has adequately briefed the Director General. And I am sure the Director General was there to see and receive. Director General and most have transmitted the information gotten from my OC to the investigators. And
that is all possible. And we don't dispute that. But you met your Director General. There was nobody around. He went to his office. So you took this man to invest. There was nobody around. So you definitely must have entered the room to hand them over, or this man who came out must have known that you are there. And that would require synchronization. The synchronization was done not by me because I was met at the door. But nobody knew where you were there. Nobody knew. It was the DG who must have communicated to them. But how? They were waiting for us. Yes, we agreed they were waiting for you. Okay, you met the DG. You had a conversation with him. He told you, take him to invest. He did not say to you, wait for invest to come and get him. He ordered you to take him there. Correct? Very correct, sir. And then he left. You also went to invest. He went upstairs. And you went where? Downstairs. Exactly. So you would get to invest even before he gets upstairs. Because he would have to climb the stairs. So there is no room for synchronization, for communication with somebody else to come out and meet you. The fact of the matter is you went in there and handed over this person. When I was leaving Farafenye, let's answer this question. I did not enter there. Mr. Drammeh, are you, just a moment, are you avoiding putting yourself in the room just because you want to avoid, you want to shield yourself from this allegation of torture? But let's having entered the room does not necessarily mean that you have participated in torture. These are two separate things. But you seem to be just avoiding putting yourself in the room because you want to avoid the suggestion that you participated in torture. Counsel, I don't have a cause to lie. I was going by instructions. We've dealt with your instructions. Sir, let's just answer this question. I did not enter the room where the investigation was taking place. Okay. So then let's move on then. We leave it at that. Right? Like I said, the commission would receive more information in this. And then perhaps it would help the commission to be in a better position to determine whether you were in there or not. All right. So the other accusation, perhaps maybe this is a convenient time for the first break.
I think we should go for a coffee break. maybe coffee in our own Invest canteen would refresh memories. So we can take a 30-minute break, come back at 12:30 sharp. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Why just in case comme ni ko gars yi di waxee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw skincare plus si baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi nekk ni sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon ne dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu ngi dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skin care products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit bentey tamit si ay dàlla waaye man nag skin care mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox skincare plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu nga United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero task fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi task kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème yu picca boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii. Love like fire. Bring my love like fire.
When we touch down, better broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
So she became mine and see that.
For all your pastry, bakery, and quality food, CK Restaurant is the only place to be. We do catering for birthdays, weddings, and all related services. We have all kinds of local foods, American, European, and even beyond. Come and have a taste of our local juice, ebe and other services. At CK Restaurant, customer satisfaction is our priority.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la skincare la 2020 lañ wax de waaw fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache perfect skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek loo lañ soxlaati rek maanaam bu ngeen am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal benn la ka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi defee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw fii ngeen di ñëw skincare plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon ne dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen ne lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skin care products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit bentee tamit si ay dàlla man waaye man nag skin care mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox skin care plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu nga United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes you know fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses I mean we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero task fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi task kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème yu picca boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii love like fire bring my love like fire
When we touch down, better broke down.
Gamtel G Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's how she became mine and see the
For all your pastry, bakery, and quality food, CK Restaurant is the only place to be. We do catering for birthdays, weddings, and all related services. We have all kinds of local foods, American, European, and even beyond. Come and have a taste of our local juice, ebe, and other services. At CK Restaurant, customer satisfaction is our priority.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la skincare la 2020 lañ wax de waaw fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache perfect skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek loo lañ soxlaati rek maanaam bu ngeen am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba la ka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi defee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw skincare plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well.